Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Daniel Hood Roofing. Could your home be served by a roof restoration? Not a whole new roof, but a restoration that can extend the life of your roof by a decade or more. Call Daniel Hood Roofing this week. Have them stop by your home to see if a roof restoration is all you need. DanielHoodRoofing.com, and right now in the summer is the best time to do it. Prices are down for roof restorations. Okay, this week, Matt Hayes of Saturday Down South wrote that the SEC would only make extra money if they added North Carolina or Notre Dame. That's it. That got me wondering, what the hell are we doing all this for? Because it seems to change. Let's take a look at this list here. Initially, we've had 3 waves of realignment. The 90s, it was about championship games. Everybody wanted to get to 12 teams in 2 divisions. Then you get to the 2010s, and it was about cable networks. Everybody wanted extra TV markets, more cable households, more area, grow the footprint. That was the thing that everybody talked about. Now this wave, the 2020s, this has been about TV inventory. Leagues wanting big brands, big brand names, and more marquee games. Except now, the SEC is supposedly saying, at least Matt Hayes is hearing this, that it's only North Carolina and Notre Dame. What this tells me is ESPN is just being cheap. You've hitched your wagon. You signed a deal with only one network. The Big Ten went out and signed with Fox, with CBS to take your old slot, and with NBC. They get money here, here, here. You took your wagon and hitched it to one horse, and now that horse is sick. That's why you don't ever hitch your wagon to one horse. ESPN, according to the New York Times, their profits were down 29% in the last 6 months. They're talking now about adding a streaming service that will cost you $30 a month. That sounds like a win for SEC fans. My question is, when you got the Big Ten and Big 12 asking Fox, should we add these teams? And Fox says, yeah, we'll pay you to get Oregon and Washington. Yeah, we'll pay you to bring in Arizona and Arizona State. And then the SEC's like, well, we don't want Florida State and Clemson. That'd be great for TV, but we don't want it. That wouldn't help us. Why? Because ESPN doesn't want to pay for it. My question is, and we'll see, things change. I wouldn't have said this 5 years ago. Maybe it's different in 5 years. But as of today, how's that long-term contract with ESPN looking? Am I the only one that thinks it looks bad? Or am I wrong on this?
It looks worse by the day and worse by the ESPN layoffs, and worse as Disney does worse, the parent company, and everything else. I mean, before I was thinking, boy, you have all these networks, how are we going to find the game we want to watch? Well, people are going to find the game. It's just now you're hooked with ESPN, and they're going down, down, down. That's not a good for your future. That's not a good sign for your future.
From a money standpoint, I don't think so.
Right.
I mean, they'll still be on every bar in the country. People will see your games, but from cash, your thoughts, guys?
See,
Am I wrong?
I was going to say it depends on what your objective is. If it's purely money, then yes, the deal looks worse by the day. And I think they thought they were being smart by signing a long-term deal when they did, and it's maybe blowing up in their face a little bit. But if you're talking about the notoriety, the visibility, ESPN still has a lot of value in that way. You're on college game day. They're promoting your games often right after college game day. So there are things about it that are still very good for the SEC. But yeah, if the objective is money, and it clearly is for a lot of these programs and conferences, then it's not the best deal in the country, and it's falling down that list by the day.
Yeah, it's yes on the financial growth aspect. They're also fine financially right now. Like Tennessee had the $8 million fine and kind of just laugh at it. It's like they don't want it, but they'll pay it. You know, be fine moving forward. So that'll continue to be the case. And then to go back to last segment, asking, well, how much is money helping teams win more? Well, the SEC is doing all the winning. And I don't see any reason that's going to change because I don't think the recruiting is going to change much, if at all, moving forward with this realignment. So perhaps ESPN is doing them a favor, saving them from themselves of what they're trying to get done.
I would rather have a 16 conference than a 20-team conference, personally. But if all of these SEC schools think the same way all these other schools, presidents, and boards think, they're going to be sitting there in 2 years going, why is the Big Ten making $20 million a year more than us? Well, we don't need it. Why are they making more? Yeah, but we don't. Why are they making more? And they're going to jump and freak out because they're not making as much money. So we'll see. I don't know. There's been talk this week. Several sports figures have come out and said what we need to do is go back to the future. If just one group, the way it was before a lawsuit in '84, if just the NCAA or some group controlling college football made all the TV deals, it would be better because we could go back to geographic locations and conferences. Okay, I'll take you up on that. I'll show you the perfect plan for college football and college sports next. It's perfect. It's perfect. All back.